Lesithathu ke mbukeli leli hora esilidikadikayo njengamanje ngiyazi ukuthi akukholakali kodwa cha elokugcina ngci sisemoyeni ke namhlanje bayakhuluma ke abantu njengoba phela kungama holiday ka December nje kuthiwa hawu liyehla ke igoli liyeze emakhaya saze savelelwa bazothi hey imshana yazi kuba ukhuluma yabela laptop u500 lapha eGoli abanye ke bayakhala ukuthi uma ngabe kubuka iTV abathula abantu basegoli makuvela unoxolo nokholosa ku TV uzobezwa ke sebethi hayi uyabona laba ngiyabazi bahlala next door uthi usayidlalela ke yona lapha ekhaya vele ubona ukuthi hey ziyabuya kuleli igoli ngibabona xolo ngibabona ngosima lo athi nje hayi mshana ula next door to me Sibingelele mbukeli sesingena ke ehoreni lethu lokugcina ngci kanti ke ngisahlezi naye uMakholi. Sengimqede ngehlaya.
Yebo mbukeli. Mbukeli ngeke singena Simbo. Zeleke ke kule yure yethu yokuqhubela yenqube kodwa ke andingethe ukuba yothelani ibhatyi zenu nithathe iminqayi namagquthi niphume kanje ngokuba kaloku mbukeli masijonge eziphala phambili.
Political party that does not have a solution to corruption and load shedding has no place in the ballot paper.
La inqubomgomo yeqembu inkatha Freedom Party lenqungquthela mbukeli iqale izolo.
Umpumi lo ngisinje ngiqhubekani nibukele ekhaya jikelele nisitholele isport entertainment kanye ne current affairs mina nawe sophumelela noma ngabe sebemelene nathi thando lwethu lomelele noma kungaphelo kwalomhlaba ekhaya jikelele ncwa
Enkosi mbukeli ngokuhlala nathi sihlabela phambili ke novimba wethu umongameli weIFP uvele Nkosini Hlabisa uthi eliqela ngumthozimeleyo lizaqhubela iphulo lalo phambili kunyulo likazwelonke nolombaphondo kunyaka ozayo uHlabisa ke bethetha namalungu eIFP kethuba ke kuvulwa inkomfa yemigaqo nkqubo yeqela empangeni kwiphondo laKwaZulu Natal isigqibo ke seIFP sokuzibandakanya bazawubandakanya isivumelwano sensebenziswano namaqela sihlangabezana ke nengxabangxaba ezingaphakathi kwiqela
Lamalungu eIFP ahlangene lapha kuzohlahla indlela eyaphambili yeqembu izithunywa ezibalelwa ku500 sihambele lengqungquthela ukuze sibheke imigomo siphinde sidingide ngezinto ezibucayi esithinta izwe umnotho ezenhlala kahle nobudlelwano bamazwe ngamazwe ngezinye zezihloko okuzoxoxwa ngazo Njengamanje iqembu leIFP lingelesinye ngobukhulu eParliament likazwelonke kanti eShayamthetho kwaZulu Natal ilona qembu elikhulu eliphikisayo. IIFP ithi imphumela yakamuva nje okhethweni lokuchibiyela ikhomba ukuthi lisethubeni lokuphinda lithathe isifundazwe. Abaholi beqembu bathi kwimigomo yabo bafuna ukubeka abantu phambili.
In 1994 nobody was talking about corruption and load shedding. But in 2024, any political party that does not have a solution to corruption and load shedding has no place in the ballot paper.
Mnumzane Hlabisa uthi ukhetho langonyaka ozayo balibheka njengolisemqoka kakhulu eningizimu Afrika. Ufaniselo lokhetho njengolokuqala lwentando yeningi ngo1994 olwaholela ekushintsheni kwamandla.
They will not be business as usual, delivering the expected results and seeing very little change.
Mnumzane Hlabisa ube secacisa ngokubamba iqhaza kwabo esivumelwanweni samaqembu amaningi eMulti-Party Charter wathi kufanele abantu badideke. Uthi iqembu lenkatha lizimele. Lenqungquthela izophela ngolesithathu. Indaba ze SABC ngu-Ayanda Mhlongo empangeni.
Umengameli uCyril Ramaphosa umemezele ukusungulwa kohlelo oluzodla isizumbulo esingu-1 billion wamarandi sohlelo likaMengameli lwezifundo zobudokotela iPhD. Lolu hlelo ke lusungulwe ngaphansi kwesikhwama sikazwelonke sokucija abantu ngamakhono. uRamaphosa umemezele lokhu engqungqutheleni yokuqala yezesayensi nobuchwepheshe ePitoli.
Ngabantu abangaphezulu kuma-200 abaphuma kuhulumende, izifundiswa, imibutho yoluntu nenkokheli zoshishino abangungelene kwiziko lehlabathi le-CSIR ePitoli kuboniswana ngemiba yezakhono, ubuchwepheshe nokuvelisa njengezinto ezinganefuthe elichumisayo kuqoqosho lweli. Njengenxalenye yokuzalisekisa eliphupho, umongameli ubhengeze iphulo elijoliswe ekubeni ulutsha lube nako ukufikelela kuphando-nzulu olunokuvela nezinto ezinkulu.
Therefore gives me a lot of pleasure to announce the establishment of the Presidential PhD Initiative through an initial 1 billion rand investment from the National Skills.
Umongameli ukwacela abecandelo labucala namahlakani ehlabathi ukuba babinze ekukhuliseni utyalo-mali kwi-Presidential PhD Initiative Fund ukuze ibesele i-5 billion rand kwinxili yayo ngonyaka 2030.
We would want business to take the lead, as business always takes the lead when it comes to research and development spend. And at the South African Investment Conference earlier this year, Minister Nzimande presented the early results of the Innovation Fund initiative, where the state has partnered with business in supporting technology-based SMMEs to commercialize their products.
Kuthenjwa ukuba isithebe sengxoxo kwezenzululwazi ubuchwepheshe nokuvelisa imibono emitsha kuza kuza nezisombululo ezizakuqhubisana nemingeni abajongene nayo bemibili ukuqinisekisa ukuba inzululwazi zenza umehluko ekuqulunqweni kwemigaqo-nkqubo emitsha.
Umbutho wolutsha we-ANC uthi awukazuvuma umyinge ongaphansi kwama-50 ekhulwini kuluhlu labagqatswa abangangomalungu epalamente kunyulo jikelele lonyaka ozayo. Umongameli ke walo mbutho uColin Malachi uthi abantu abatsha banako ukuba negalelo elikhulu ekuphuhliseni eli ukwagxeke ibhanka enguvimba kunye nesebe lezezimali eyityhola ke ngokuba nefuthe elicinezela iimpula zikalujaca. I-ANC Youth League ikwafuna amanyathelo angqingqwa kwibhanka ezityholwa ngokusingela phansi irandi.
Umbutho ovuka ibamba umemelela amanyathelo aqatha ngakwibhanka ezithabathe inxaxheba kwigumgedle lokusingela phansi ifuthe lemali yeli randi. Umalaji uthi urhulumente makagalela kuqala yeke ukuhlawula abasebenzi bakarhulumente esebenzisa izo bhanka.
It's a criminal offense to manipulate the rand. People have maximized profit at the expense of South Africans, mainly the middle class. The banks that were involved made profit out of stealing from South Africans.
Abenzi Youth League bakwahlasela irhuneli yebhanka enguvimba.
The governor of the Reserve Bank is sleeping on duty. Sleeping on duty. All he does is to increase interest rates when he wants to, lower inflation in the country. He's an inflation targeting fundamentalist. He doesn't want to grow the economy.
Lo mlisela nomthinja nombutho omkhulu uyabukhaba nokucuthwa kohlahlo lwabiwomali okuthethekayo kwisabelo sengxowa-mali yabafundi ye-NSFAS.
Treasury must urgently increase, not even cut, must increase the budget of NSFAS to benefit majority of South Africans.
I-ANC Youth League ikwakhusele usosi Jikelele we-ANC ufikile Mbalula ngonamna wecekwa namagqala e-ANC ithe iza kuzikhusela zonke iinkokheli ze-ANC kwinto ethi ziintshukumo zokuthibaza iinzame zokutshintsha impilo yabemibili.
Umzulili oneminyaka ama-35 ubulelwa mkuthukana obedume ngelikaZahara ushiye indimbane zabalandeli bomculo wakhe idabukile ngokudlula kwakhe emhlabeni izolo. Sikhuluma nje yaqhubeka ukungena amazwi enduduzo aqhamuka ey'nkalweni ezahlukene emhlabeni ngenhloso yokududuza ihlobo nabangani kanye nabathandi bomculo wakhe.
Laphuma ilanga kwilali yasePhumlani eMpuma Koloni ngomhla wesithoba kaNovemba ngo-1988 kanti kukubabalwa kwehlabathi liphela hayi nje idolophu yaseMonti ngoMasithathu ubulelwa mkhuthukana nobesaziwa njengoZahara. Wathatha isigqibo sokwabela izizwe ngesipho sakhe ngo-2011 ngencamisa yecwecwe elithi Loliwe nelafika emanqwanqweni eplatinum. Wajizela emafini ngokulandelisa ngecwecwe elithi Iphendula ngo-2013. Wandizana ngakumbi ngo-2015 ngecwecwe elithi Country Girl nelathwajize nge-triple platinum. Ube inkwenkwezi eqaqambe ngokwahluka nangela ngo-2017 icwecwe lalisithi Mgodi ukuza kuthi ga kwelesihlanu elithi Nqaba Yam wokuhlala ekhunjulwa ngamagama begangatha ngawo nesingqi bequla ngaso emculweni wakhe obechicimisa Ekhaya kubugcisa nenkcubeko impiliso nobunye ezizweni.
Zahara for me will be remembered as someone who chose to be herself. She would always say, I'm here to heal the people, I'm here to heal people, I'm here to heal people. Her music was healing to me. Sometimes would bring pain. I would also understand, where that music came from, She'll be remembered for making music from her heart, making music about the real issues of people's lives.
Zahara's death is a real unfortunate one. I mean, we've been robbed of great talent. She was talented, she was vibrant, she was a wonderful composer.
Ulusandambane otyelele ikhaya likaZahara uphefumle ngemeko akuyo umama wakhe wenjenje.
Mama's looking amazing. I'm sure she's in pieces, but she's keeping it strong. I'm sure for everybody else who's going to walk in here, she's a picture of clear strength and wisdom, which can only come with age and having given birth to someone as big, because isizalo sakhe literally changed the universe.
Ngubani na ubengayilindelanga lenzwakazi yesizwe okokuba ibuye esibhedlele ingumqabaqaba uza kuqabela amaqonga uqaqambise isingqi saseAfrika kwakhona. Usapho lukaZahara luthi luphulukene nengqaka kambe lumtyibele njengeqhawekazi ebeliyimvuze bububele intobeko nobuntu. Ukanti urhulumente waseMpuma Koloni uphose amazwi wenjenje.
Ifamily mayomelele izihlobo zikaZahara kwi-industry abantu balalali yakulo Zahara bonke nje abantu baseBuffalo City, Eastern Cape, South Africa sithi ngxe akuhlanga lungehlanga siyayazi xa ithe wasihlutha into ebesiyithanda ubuyisa eyakhe makwenzeke intando yakhe.
uZahara uwe evuka kumahla enyuka kwikhondo lakhe lomculo. Ngo-2014 waswelekelwa ngumninawa ukanti ngo-2021 waswelekelwa ngudadewabo omdala. Ushiya ngasemva isoka lakhe nazalwa nabo abathathu ukanti iinkcukacha ezithe vetshe ngesingcwabo sikaZahara zisiza kuvakaliswa.
Esinye isikhululo senqwelomoya se-7 billion rand kufuphi neDurbanville eKapa siseke ukuba siqalise ukusebenza ngonyaka ka-2027. Esi sibhengezo ke senziwe ziinkokheli zamacandelo abucala kwingxelo yamajelo endaba phezolo. Umseki weCape Winelands uAdele Klingenberg uthe injongo kukuba esi sikhululo iFIS Integral Airfield simelane nabakhweli abazizigidi ezimbini benqwelomoya zamazwe ngaphandle nabasekuhlaleni. Uthe ke ulwakhiwo luza qala ngonyaka ka-2025.
Siyaphuma esidala kungena esitsha nanjengoko isikolo sophapho iCape Town Flight Training Center sitshitshiswa. Endaweni yaso iza kuba sisikhululo senqwelomoya iCape Winelands. Kulindeleke kuba umyinge we-25% yabahambi abasuka ngaphandle okanye kwezinye idolophu zeli basebenzise esi sikhululo.
7 billion is the current estimate of the project. It is privately funded. It's not government funded. It is all privately funded. And the funds we will secure by way of equity and also loan funding.
This is an existing airport with existing rights, so we're expanding the airport essentially. One of the runways we will refurbish, and then we will also be expanding an additional runway, the 3.5-kilometer runway, and then yes, the terminal infrastructure essentially will be new.
Izazi ngezophapho zithi umzila ophakathi kweKapa neGoli umi kwindawo yeshumi ehlabathini njengowona uxakekileyo. Isikhululo senqwelomoya esitsha siza kuncedisana nesaseKapa iCape Town International Airport ukuphungula umthwalo. Isikhululo esitsha sakuqala ukusebenza ngo-2027 emva kothethwano nabachaphazelekayo nasemva kokutyikitywa kwazo neenkqubo zolawulo. Thandiswa Mawu weendaba ze-SABC eKapa.
Njengoba nje kembukela ke sibheke kwisimo sezulu ukuthi kume kanjani. Siphinde sikwamukele mbukeli lapha ekhaya Jikelele. Kanti ke mbukeli njengoba kuyisikhathi nje samaholide asehlobo ithe chithisaka imicimbi ethinta isintu eyenzeka endaweni esihlala kuzo. Kanti ke lizovala ke iningi liyoyibusisa ngengoma, imicimbi yahlukahlukene njalo njalo. Kanti ke maduzane nje kuzobe kubanjwe ke ama-national amaciko engoma Music Awards. Nalapho ke kuqhanjiswa khona amaciko emkhakheni yahlukahlukene. Njengoba manje ke sixhumana nomgqugquzeli walokhu uKidwell Dingosi. Sikubingelele Kidwell, sikwamukela ekhaya Jikelele, sibonga kakhulu ngokuba nawe namhlanje kuseni.
Yebo siyabingelela mama umsakazweni nabalaleli.
Sicela usichazele nje kabanzi ke ngamaciko engoma kwenziwani lapha?
Okokuqala ngibongela lithuba mama ngomhla ka-16 December on Saturday sizobe sina umcimbi omkhulukazi kakhulu lapha eCarltonville Civic Center. iCarltonville abangayazi bazoyibona ukuthi ila eWest Rand eGauteng. Khona lapho eCivic Center sabe sinomcimbi omkhulu sigubha khona usuku lapho sizabe sinikezana sithwesa abaphumelele isibapha indondo zabo kumculo wonke traditional music, gospel, all genres of music ngomculo umcimbi lona oza okwesibili. We started it nge-4th December 2022 khona la eCarltonville, and now we're going for the second annual National Amaciko Engoma Music Awards. Any artist ezininzi ezinkulu zala eSouth Africa esikhona kulo mcimbi.
Ngabe niwaqoka kanjani ke lamaciko engoma? Ikuphi benikubheka ngesikhathi niwaqoka? Kidwell, ngabe sisazwana?
Phinde mhlambe ngongabambi kahle ke ngicabanga ukuthi lo mcimbi ulungiselelwe kakhulu ngoba uzokuqala ngesikhathi ngehora le-10 10 o'clock on Saturday, red carpet and photo shoot. Kahle kahle ngo-12 o'clock kulapho khona i-event ceremony will consume. Apho siyazi khona ukuthi sinendwendwe i-visitors ezisuka kwindawo eziningi. We have people abasuka from KZN, we have people that are coming from the Eastern Cape, sinabantu abasuka ko-Northwest abazabe bekhona bezogubha nathi lolu suku. Siyacela abantu ukuthi baphume ngobuningi beze khona la eCarltonville Civic Center as now keep Dingiso njengomuntu oqhuqhuzela lo mcimbi sengithole i-calls eziningi ebantwini belokhu bebuza ngalo mcimbi siyangena early as possible kuyavulwa ekuseni i-system everything i-stage zabe sezi-ready everything izabe ihlangene kahle kakhulu sibonga kakhulu lithuba
Angazi noma Khidwele usazongizwa yini kodwa ke bengibuza ukuthi imaphi ke amaciko mhlawumbe eniwaqokile nanokuthi niwaqoke kanjani
Alright ngokubuza kulo mbuzo wakho ngiyabonga kakhulu kunamaciko amaningi akhona lana ngokwe-categories abantu eziqhitshiwe besine categories ezahlukile ezifana nobo best maskandi music abo best gospel house songs and albums, best male, best album of the year and the song of the year and artist of the years. So here in lapho bangene khona base besiyavota abantu basivotela. So through voting system kulapho ke ngokubona khona ukuthi ngubani oye wavotelwa kakhulu wanevote ezodlula abanye. So labo bazabe bewina bawina based on voting system ebezabe ibe lokho beqhubeka beyenza. Since we started in September, sivule ama-nominations. So since ngalondlela leyo kulapho sizobona khona sinabaculi abaningi abasuka kwindawo ezahlukile. Just that now, if I can mention them, so the list is endless. But to just calculate, we have Abo Buhle, Gospel, Ntangulela, we have Abo Banins abantu that I can mention abakhona kulomkhakha. But abantu ngiyabathembisa ukuthi uma befika on Saturday bezobuka live performances will be there abantu bazova umusic ozobaphilisa yonke indlela siyabonga
Siyabona ukuthi cha lo mcimbi impela kuzobuka gqugquzela kakhulu amaciko mhlawumbe kubaleke kangakanani Khidwele ukuthi ena kube khona ama awards anjengalawo ukuze gqugquzela amaciko
Noba ngaqabanga kahle nje umbuzo kodwa ke ngicabanga ukuthi indlela esiqale ngayo thina siqale ngokuthi uma si presenter indlela yami yacikwe ngoma ukuthi siqaphela kakhulu abaculi ebebengakange banikezwe ithuba laneleyo lokuzibonakalisa noma bangenele ama awards okanye bengabuyini bengaphumeleli kuma awards amaningi sase sithatha lethuba ke thina to say that okay now that abantu bonke bengakwazi ukuphumelela kwezinye indawo ezingenela ama-awards so thina sifuna uba specific sijonge abantu abanezakhono nabantu abedlala indima enkulu ku-music industry kodwa ekubonakala ukuthi mhlawumbe umsebenzi wabo uzange upheleleke kakuhle so now we say kubantu bonke abanjalo mababuye beze kumaciko engoma apha kumaciko engoma we are all stars akukho umuntu uzawuthiwa mhlawumbe ungaphezulu komnye because now into eyenzekayo sibona ngathi i-channel akwicala elinye and we have amaciko amaningi ezweni so now if usuka kulelo ndawo usuka kuyo usuke KZN usuke Eastern Cape usuke eKapa yonke loo nto leyo thina sibadibanisa endaweni enye sizama ukwakha ubunye sizama ukwakha ubuntu bethu singabulahli sizama ukwakha inkolo yethu ukuthi iqine as singamaciko mhlawumbe bengajongeleka ngantweni but now ekugqibeleni abuye amaciko abesezingeni eliphezulu
Sibonga kakhulu ke Khidwele ngesikhathi sakho nje sikufisele konke okuhle sengathi konke ke kungahamba kahle
Siyabonga kakhulu mama ngelithuba emsakazweni yami television ithi abantu mabaphume ngobuningi beze Carltonville Civic Center this weekend 16 December ziyabuya yonke into seyihlelekile kushoda nje kuphela akungene estagini kungena abantu we've invited abantu abaninzi amamasipala government officials we have VIPs ezininzi abantu mabeze bazobona even the church pastors fraternals yakoma wedela Foshville, Carltonville, Laybank, siyababiza bonke Western area ukuthi mababuye bonke bazoba khona kulo mcimbi ongaka. I thank you very much for your time and support in SABC. Siyabonga.
Sibonga kakhulu lowo ke bekuKhidwele Dingoso ngumgqugquzeli ke wama National Amaciko Engoma Music Awards okwamanje ke mbukela siqu 8 yolo sizobuya emva komzuzwana.
Enkosi ngokuhlala nathi nisasibukele apha ekhaya Jikelele. Ngoku ke singena kwisiqendu sokuzilolonga. Ngoku ke sele kungena ke kuloko ixesha leziyunguma zokuphela konyaka. Kwaye ke abantu baye batye phantse yonke into, izimuncumuncu neziselo ezizintlobo ngentlobo de balibale ngempilo zabo nokukhathalela imizimba yabo. Ngoku ke apha e-studio sino Mabel Libudi oza kuthetha nathi kusibonisa kaloku ukuba singazigcina njani sisempilweni kweli xesha leziyunguma. Ukhona ke apha e-studio. Hello, welcome to the show. Unjani?
I'm good. Hi, how are you? Thank you so much for having me today.
Thank you so much for being with us. I mean, you are a fitness bunny, you're a content creator, you promote fitness content. I want to understand, I mean, how were you introduced to fitness? What was your main goal when you started joining fitness?
So how I was introduced to fitness was by seeing my parents. My parents have always been active and they've always tried to live a healthy lifestyle. As young as I was, since I was a baby, I would see my parents jogging, gymming, eating well, and their love for fitness and a healthy lifestyle, it just poured on me. And I wanted to be like them, so they got me started on my fitness journey, and I did sports in primary and high school, and then started my gym journey in university.
So you were introduced to fitness at birth. I mean,
basically,
yeah.
yes.
So it just runs in your family. You speak about your parents being, I mean, fitness bunnies. I mean, so obviously for you, you didn't encounter so many challenges as many would have. Like, for example, starting fitness, you know, I mean, they need motivation. So you didn't need any motivation. So for you, what would you say were some of the challenges?
You know, even though my parents were in the fitness industry already, I did have my own challenges. You know, like I said, I did sports in primary and high school, but when I got to university, that's where I started the gym. And when I got into the gym, I knew nothing about gym, so I had to start again. And being in a place or starting something new can be intimidating. So being in that space was intimidating for me. But how I overcame that was just remembering my why. Why am I doing this? And also, I started watching YouTube channels, started following influencers so that I could learn, because I knew that for me to be more confident, I need to learn more and better myself. And that's also why I create the content that I do, because I want to help the next person on their gym journey as well.
Interesting perspective, and I like how you mentioned that. I mean, what kept you motivated along the journey was remembering why you started. And I think that goes to everyone who starts gymming, you know, to say if they feel like giving up, remember why you started. What was the main purpose? And you mentioned that you started venturing into content creation. You would watch, I mean, YouTube videos, and you established yourself as a content creator where you promote fitness. I want to understand, I mean, what sort of promotions do you do? I mean, what sort of content do you promote, I mean, in your content or in your field? And what is the reception like from your viewers?
So I am a fitness and lifestyle influencer and content creator.
Okay.
Mostly what I do is your fitness videos. So I'm always trying to make gym or exercising easier to someone who's on their gym journey. So I create your exercising content. So whether you exercise at home or whether you exercise in the gym, you can follow my videos and I show you what you can do on your leg days, what you can do on your arm days, you know, what you can do on shoulders. So I'm always just trying to make sure that my content helps the next man or woman in their fitness journey, and people do seem to receive it really well, and I'm happy that it does help.
And I mean, you make it look so easy, because I mean, girl, you are serving body goals. And I mean, speaking of the content that you do, I know that you also attract, I mean, endorsement deals from different brands. So, mani chelete yangena.
Yes, I mean, if you're consistent and you work hard, then you can actually really make a living from creating content. And while creating the content, I'm helping people. So it's like a win-win for me. Yeah, but definitely only if you're consistent, then you start to see the rewards of what you're doing.
Yeah, and you know, I also want to get into something because I mean, you mentioned content creation, and there's this new trend that we see online where we see ladies going for BBLs. I mean, what is your take on that? Because they also want to enhance, I mean, their body goals. What is your take on BBL? Would you advise, I mean, young ladies watching us today to take that route?
It's a very tricky question, you know, because I am not one to judge. You know, I've always lived my life that, you know, everyone should be able to make the decisions for themselves and make decisions that make them happy. So for me, I personally love the gym and exercising and training, so that's what I prefer for myself. But with the next female, you know, they also have their own preferences that, you know, they should be allowed to
explore your BBL, because when you speak
it's really up to you.
Yes,
but I would always advocate for exercise.
For a gym. Because I mean, if you're going to be a fitness bunny advocating for consistency, consistency may take 5 years. Whereas, I mean, the other option, just 2 weeks or a month. But moving forward, I want to understand the role of nutrition. Because I mean, a lot of people, they can put aside, I mean, diet plans and whatsoever. What is the role of nutrition in your fitness routine? And can you just share some tips, especially now that we're getting into summer? You know, a lot of people, you know, they want to try out booze and I mean, just unhealthy food. What is the role of nutrition when you want to achieve your fitness goals?
So nutrition is very important. That's why they have that saying, like, you can't out-train or outwork a bad diet. Okay. You know, so what you eat and what you put into your body, it needs to correspond with your training. So that's why I say nutrition is so important. So you need to be in the kitchen, eating healthier. And eating healthier doesn't mean limiting yourself or cutting off the things that you love. It just means having them in moderation. So instead of the whole cake, a slice of cake. You know, you can still have the things you love while eating healthy and prioritizing nutrition. Some dietary tips, I would say, especially because it's so hot right now, drink water. Make sure you're drinking your water throughout the day. If you need to put a reminder, do that. Eat your greens, your vegetables. If you can include that in a lot of your meals, it will really be beneficial. And like you mentioned, it's December. So in December, we tend to eat more junk. And, you know, just be cautious of that. You know, everything in moderation, because you don't want to get to January and you're like, oh, I shouldn't have. I should have. You know, I should have, you know, eaten so much, or so just
interesting perspective. So basically what you're saying is you are what you eat.
You are.
Amazing
what you eat,
work.
it shows.
Yes,
it does show. What you put into your body, it does show. So that's why I was saying it's important to prioritize what you eat without limiting you from your favorite foods.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just about a good balance.
Good balance. Talking about balance, here is the real balance. You know, I'm actually going to an event this weekend, and I wish I can just borrow your body, and then I can return it on Monday, because this is
Girl, you can take
the December
it.
body. This is the December body. I want to show. I want you to show our viewers. You know, you're gonna explain to them. I mean, on the exercise routine that you're gonna be doing. It's never too late. It's December. Maybe next week they might achieve. You never know. Mabel, over to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. So I'm going to just show a workout that you can do at home or in the gym, wherever it's very suitable for you to do it. It's just 3 exercises, full body, and we're going to just need 2 dumbbells. So here they are. And the first one, we're going to do squats. Hold your weights just like this. Squat into a press, just like that. Make sure your knees are pointing outwards. 3. And your core is tight. 6. And 10. So we'll just do 10 of those. And the next exercise we're going to do is your deadlifts into rowing. I'll just stand like this so you can see. 1. And this targets your hamstrings, the back of your legs, your glutes, and your back. 8, 10 as well for this one. 9, and just make sure you're watching your breathing. Whew. And the last exercise that I am going to show you is lunges, but backwards. And we're going to do that into a bicep curl. And you'll alternate your feet. This targets your glutes, your biceps. Last one. And 10. So this is a very nice and easy workout that you can do at home or in the gym. You just do those 3 exercises. It targets your full body, and you can do 3 rounds, 4 rounds. Push yourself and enjoy. I'm so out of breath.
Siphinde sikwamukele-ke mbukeli wekhaya jikelele, sibonge kakhulu ngokuthi-ke usahlanganyele kanye nathi. Njengamanje-ke singena engosini yethu emayelana nezobuchwepheshe besimanje manje. Sibheka udaba oluthi inkundla yokuxhumana uTikTok app ebalwa neyisetshenziswa kakhulu emphakathini kusukela komncane kuye komdala isematheni-ke emhlabeni wonke nje-ke jikelele. Ngakho-ke mbukeli kumqoka phela ukuthi abazali baqonde indlela eziphephile zokusebenzisa le app ukuqinisekisa ukuthi izingane ziyavikeleka uma ngabe ziyisebenzisa. Ukusicacisela-ke kabanzi nalolu daba sixhumana noBianca Sibiya oqhamuka khona lapha kwa TikTok ngenxa-ke yokuthi-ke okaSotobe akamuhle ngapha-ke olwimini lwesiZulu. Le ngxoxo yethu-ke naye sizoyenza ngolwimi lwesiNgisi. Good morning, Bianca. Welcome to Ekhaya Jikelele. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you, Kolesa. Good morning to your listeners and viewers.
Could you just give an overview of the major safety features that TikTok has to ensure a secure environment for parents and their kids?
I'm sorry, I lost you there for a second.
Oh, no, I was just asking you to share with us the safety features that TikTok has in order to secure a secure and safe environment for parents and their kids.
Fantastic, thank you. I think for your listeners and your viewers, it's very important to understand that we've set up very specific safety measures for our community, as in the users, to be able to experience a safer app for both themselves and for their children. So one of the things that we always encourage, especially parents and caregivers, is if your child is under the age of 16, you can set up a really great functionality on their app called family pairing. And that really allows you as the parent or the caregiver to basically manage their account and set up very clear guardrails in terms of what content they're watching. And of course, their privacy settings. So who's actually engaging with them on the app. I think that's the most important thing. We're heading into the holiday season. Families are at home. We're spending a lot more time on devices because we're relaxing after a rough year. So it's important to set up features. The other thing is around account and video privacy settings. So what that basically means is for any users under the age of 16, by default, if they set up an account profile on TikTok, it's set to private. So that's a very important thing to also consider, is that you are managing exactly who is following the account and also what types of content they are consuming as well. It also allows you as the parent then, because your child is under the age of 16, to set their account to private. And that means within their community interactions on the app, you can manage who they're speaking to, where they're posting comments, what types of content are they engaged with, and of course, making sure that you're managing their screen time, which is the other thing, right? So how much time are they spending on the app? Digital well-being is a very important part of the work that we do on the app to make sure that you are managing your screen time. And that can be done as a parent on the dashboard of the child's app. So you can actually view exactly how much time they're spending on the app. We've set a really great functionality on the app that allows users under the age of 16 to basically only view content for 60 minutes maximum. So you're not scrolling endlessly throughout the day and losing valuable time to be doing other things as well. We've also got a really great feature called the reporting feature. So say, for example, your child stumbles upon a particular video that may have harmful content or something that violates our community guidelines. They are able to basically report that content. So what you would do is you would click on the share feature, and then there's an option to basically say not interested or report that particular content because you find it inappropriate.
So, Bianca, I'm actually on the TikTok right now as I'm speaking to you because I am very interested because I want to restrict somebody's TikTok when I get home. So I wanted to know, so you go to the privacy and the account options, that's where you can restrict.
Mm-hmm. Correct. Or you can also, if you're setting up your child's account on their device, so if you have a separate device to their account, to the child's account, you can also, when in your family pairing functionality, you're able then to set things like how much time are they going to spend on the app per day. And with that also comes the opportunity for you as the parent or the guardian to say, I'm going to put a passcode, which only me as the parent or caregiver will have. If I'm restricting their daily consumption to, let's say, 90 minutes, once those 90 minutes have lapsed, and they could log in a number of times over the course of the day to accumulate those 90 minutes. Once those 90 minutes have lapsed, you as the parent is the only person that would basically plug in that passcode. So that allows you to manage how much time they're spending on the app. And what's also really nice is on the back end, you as the parent or caregiver, you can view what we call the dashboard. And that basically gives you a full summary of how many times the child opened the app, as well as a breakdown of the total time that they've spent consuming content over the course of the day into the night. The other great feature, which we always encourage parents and caregivers, is to mute notifications. So we know that phones buzz for all different notifications across all the different apps. This is a really helpful tool to be able to manage your digital well-being. And essentially what that means is in our new updates, any users between the ages of 13 and 15 won't be sent any notifications from 9 p.m. in the evening onwards. And then similarly for push notifications, which is another thing that we use to be able to communicate great moments that are happening globally. Let's say, for example, Christmas Day, Christmas meals could be a global trend. From 10 p.m. onwards, we then also disable any push notifications that we would send to users for those of age between 16 to 17. So there's a number of really great tools to be able to manage your digital well-being on the app, whilst you are also being able to enjoy being entertained, to learn, and of course to browse and find incredible communities that you want to be a part of on the app.
So what strategies does TikTok have in place to combat cyberbullying and harassment? I mean, are there tools accessible for parents to monitor comments and interactions on their kids' TikTok profile?
Absolutely. So what we have is a feature called the privacy settings, which is one. And the other piece is around content filters. And of course, the ability to report inappropriate content or behavior. And because we take our responsibility to safeguard the community data very seriously, we have set up what we call the privacy policy as well as our safety center. But I think for your viewers and your listeners, this means that really we take the data that is handled on the app and we protect it through every stage of the process, right? Similarly, we have something called the community guidelines. And that basically means it's our business, our TikTok business commitment to the users across the globe to be able to protect their individual data, their privacy, and of course, making sure that we are not exposing anybody's personal information anywhere across the internet. And just safeguarding their details. And then, of course, that stuff is also available on the app. So if you wanted to find out what exactly are we recording and keeping in terms of your data that you've already plugged in when you would sign up for the app, you're able to download that data at any point so that you can view it as well.
So, Bianca, can you kindly take us through the procedure of reporting and blocking users or material on TikTok? I'm asking because I, for example, have been subjected to finding... Bianca?
I've lost you for a second. Can you say that again? I've lost you. Sorry, the line is really bad.
Can you hear me now?
Vaguely. Go ahead. I'll make the best of it.
Okay. No, I was just asking for you to take us through the procedure of reporting and blocking users. I'm asking because you find that sometimes, especially with maybe celebrities or public figures, there's people that will create profiles and pretend to be them. The only option that you have as that person who's being impersonated is to then report or... so what are the steps there? As TikTok, what steps do you take when you receive such?
Okay, so I vaguely caught what you were asking around people that are impersonating. So I think one of the ways that you can do is what we call the report function on the TikTok app. So if you open up your app and you happen to stumble upon a video that you find inappropriate, it could be something about someone posing as a doctor, for example, you would tap on the share button on the side of the video, right? When you tap on the report button and you select a reason, there's a whole bunch of different options that allow you in that drop-down menu that you can select. So within those subtopics, you can select what is the appropriate one that you think is making sense for that particular video. And then you would click submit. On the back end, as TikTok, we've got a combination of human moderators of over 40,000 individuals who moderate all submissions as well as content that's published in the app. And similarly, we link that with a combination of technology that moderates content. So we take that stuff very seriously. And similarly, if you don't have your phone available, but you are browsing from your website, from the website browser specifically, you can also apply the same thinking. So go to the video, press on more options on the top of the app, and then click report. So we always encourage our users across the globe to be able to utilize their functionality within their devices as well as their desktop to be able to report content, because it is a collective effort in your experience for the app.
Bianca, before I let you go, can I just ask this question that everybody's asking and they don't seem to always be getting the answer to. Does TikTok pay when you reach a certain number of followers?
Oh, Carlos, you're going to have to repeat that. Sorry, I've lost you for a second.
Oh, okay. I'm so sorry about that, Bianca, about our connection. I think we must just end it for now. Thank you so much for your time this morning, and we're wishing you a good day ahead.
Thank you. You too.
Mbukeli lo besixoxisana naye ke uBianca wakwasibiya besixoxisana naye mayilana njeke neindlela zokusebenzisa uTikTok neindlela eziphephile nanokuthi abazali bangenze njani ukuze besiqinisekise ukuthi izingane zabo zibona lokho kumele zikubone zingakuboni lokho zingameli ukuthi zikubone.
Nje khalela phenduleke la mbuzo wakho.
Nambe ngikhalela ke sana ngoba phela nami manje ngithi apha ama ching ching phela mase
yini kaloku ba uyabona uyawuqabela kaloku uthi 10,000 50 uthi 100 ngoku kufuneke uwazi ba usebenzela phezulu cela imali. Cela imali ayokuningi. Sibabe ngazivini umbukeli ngokuba ubunathi kaloku kusukela kula yure yokugqibela de sibe kanti siyayisonga. Sikhona ke kwakhona ngomso sibamba ngazivini ngenxaso yenu budede ubumnyama kuvele ukukhanya.
Nisale kahle.